Hello. Welcome back to Deadfire. We are... oh boy. So we got some levels. Got some wounded people, that's right. We're at this lighthouse. By this fort. We talked down some Nagas, some snake people. We have some stuff to do. So I think we're back to sailing around, I believe. But first, let's level up. Also want to heal when we get back to the boat. Guess I'm gonna do alchemy. I am doing insight. Choose an ability. Right. I don't really care about that. This is okay. Isn't really great. I wonder if that stacks. I'm not sure. Because I do have a bunch of summons. Well, I have a couple of summons. I think we just get this one, maybe? This is a fortitude. Well, the damage actually is deflection. And oh, there's also a will effect. That's a lot of things. The rot skull is a deflection attack. Oh yeah, that's terrible. Plague of insects, it's fortitude. This is reflex. Technically fortitude for the firebug is deflection. I kinda wish I had more reflex attacks actually, but I guess these are, I use these a lot and they're reflex attacks. So I don't have a lot of will effects. See, that also seems garbage. Oh, it has, oh, never mind. It's an AoE, okay. That's actually not the worst. Oh, it's, right. It's a damage aura around you, that's why it's bad for me. Alright, I guess that's fine. Oh, lovely, I get more of this shit. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Let's do that. It's a ranged event. Might as well. I don't know. I should be standing at the back, only getting attacked by ranged weapons normally. I don't think I would ever equip a Tyra shield, but it's funny. Alright, diplomacy. Get up there. Choose an ability. So, extending direction of all, yeah, I'm not really into that. That said, you don't need either of those. Do you need any of these? Healing, maybe? She doesn't do that much healing, but she does a little enough. I'm just really unexcited about most of these spells. I mean, that's interesting. I don't know that I need that, but that's... I don't know how effective it would be. It would be useful, maybe, like, to shrink this to boost it. If that works. No, not that one. Where's the other one? Where's my... this one? I don't know. I think practice healing is fine. Sure, let's give her tower shields too. I don't know. Alright, let's go back to the ship, which is over here.
As much as I like pretending nothing happened, perhaps we should talk about your episode with the
Aloth. Sure. He casts a sidelong glance at you.
When the captain goes all starry-eyed like that, the crew starts to ask questions.
Oh, Maya.
If you got something to tell us...
Adair, you've been seeing me do this for literally years. It's just what happens.
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Aerith is headed to a place called Migrant's Teeth. Just gonna give him the information.
That sounds ominous.
I'm ready to chase Gone if you are.
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Chody looks unconvinced.
Alright then, let's do this.
Chody cracks her knuckles, eager. Well, Aloth was the one who brought it up initially, and then they're all like, yeah. They did all get a comment in. Doopy-doo, gotta go the long way around. Lead on, Adair. I'm in the back. I'll let my entourage go in front of me.
Scale-bellied cowards! I knew they'd run!
Oh, hi. Forgot about you.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
She looks up at the lighthouse kitty with relief. Never give up. Never surrender. Given all that's happened here, you sound extremely confident.
The lighthouse shines again. We survived.
I mean...
It's proof that our people can conquer anything. That our works can survive even here.
I mean, it's because of me, not because of you. She finally turns to you with a broad, triumphant smile.
The Hansanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
She eyes the dawn stars and the craterous footprint. Where can I find the Hansanui? I know where the Hansanui is.
She's usually at the Brass Citadel in Nakataka. Though she gets called to the palace often, haggling with the Queen and the Valians.
I'm actually headed to Migrant's Teeth.
Looking for a real challenge after what you did to those scale bellies?
She laughs, a brittle edge creeping back into her voice.
The only thing I know about the place is it's supposedly made of fire, and no one's ever come back from it.
She swallows, fear-making hollows of her eyes. Well...
But anything can be overcome.
She smiles grimly.
Clear skies.
She crosses her forearms over her chest. Thanks. Oh, hello. Bian.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor.
Oh my god.
Are you looking for survivors?
He's a fucking... Yep. Unlike the other survivors you see, this young man, despite a haggard look and a set of dirt-smeared, tattered clothes, wears a calm face and speaks with a steady voice. Oh yeah, that's right. Actually, my friend is looking for someone we were told might live around here.
A short lady, about my age, came from Deerwood with her son.
Let's see. Freckles, braids, usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
Oh no. The young man's face remained smooth, betraying neither surprise nor interest. We're in the right place. You must know her. She has a son about your age. Oh no.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
Adair! Jesus, Adair. Don't say that to someone who might be your son. Please don't. You're protecting her. We understand.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Relax, Adair's a good man. He likes animals.
Lions, bats, and Orleans, to name a few.
Pierre nods without a hint of humor or personality.
Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get a lava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him?
Pierre nods slowly.
Well, that's great. You had a dad.
Moment passes with Adair staring at Bjorn with a strange, undulating grimace drawn back across his face. He clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
There's a trace of a smile that seems to come with the last word. Adair appears confused. I assume this means that she's dead. And I don't know why that's not an option to jump to that conclusion. Meaning what exactly?
She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu.
Adair's jaw slackens.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now. But if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
Yeah, truly blessed. The boy's hinted smile brightens, his eyes far away. Adair's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
Takes a short step toward Bjorn, who takes two backwards. Easy, he lost his mother.
Funny, you wouldn't know it to look at him.
Adair stares the boy down, then turns away with a grunt and a not worth it gesture. It was a couple of years ago, Adair, is what he said.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
He points northward.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
Adair scowls. You seem confident in a god who's causing a lot of destruction.
You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction.
Oh, fuck you.
I trust my God knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
Oh, Bjorn, you're so fucked up. All your people.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys.
The partisans of the lighted path, that's new, and that's not Children of the Dawn Stars. At this, Adair looks up at Bjorn.
What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
Who are the partisans of the lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawn Stars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss.
The words fall from his mouth, bulky and awkward, as though someone else had stuffed them there.
And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
Oh, did he?
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Who does Aethys intend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet.
Of course it hasn't.
But to the faithful, shouldn't matter.
Ugh. How will you join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea?
There'll be a great journey, but we're prepared.
Oh, the great journey. Religious schools, looking for a land to call their own.
Gadarian Bosch knows the way.
Has this Bosch shown proof of his visions? Obviously not their visions.
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Gadarian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
Great. So why'd you lie to us about Alafa?
Gadarian Bosch warned us. Those outside the partisans may ridicule us and test our faith.
What does that have to do with lying about your mother?
Especially our old families and others close to them.
Oh. Oh. He told you, be worried about your friends and families, because they will try to distract you and take you away from my cult. How, yeah.
We've learned it's best to keep to ourselves and those with open minds, which relations and friends mostly aren't.
Oh, yeah. Not open-minded, your friends and family. Too busy caring about you. Adair, did you get what you needed here? Adair takes a deep breath. He looks around, then at Bjorn. He nods, tight-lipped.
We can go.
We'll be going. I mean, he said that the grave was around here. We can go visit if we want.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Baron. Sorry, I've been saying it wrong.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
Oh, Adair, I don't think this is a good idea.
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the temple of Aethys in Nekataka. I am soon to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years.
Adair spits. Yeah, appropriately.
You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
Great. Yeah, real cool. Is there anything we can get in here now, I guess? No, they're out? Probably not, but we'll check. Oh no! I see. I see. Sorry, I just alt-tabbed and checked idle streaming. I didn't realize. Oh. Nick is playing Dark Souls. That, yeah, that'll do it. Oh, they're still in here. Hey, you wanna talk? No, okay. I see. I see. Well, I'm gonna have fun watching that VOD. Or, you know, I guess I don't know if it'll be fun, depending. Alright, so we need to rest on the boat with some food. Or we could go to an inn. I guess that's easier than using our food. Or not easier, but it's cheaper. Food is a resource for our morale on our ship. I think we can just rest by eating like fruit or something, though. Like something that we have a million of. I don't think it actually matters what food we eat when we rest in order to cure wounds, as long as we eat something. Oh, hello? Hi. Still gonna rest. Like, hello? Oh, that's right, it's like, interesting. Do I have? Oh, I have a bunch of rice, that's fine. Seems good. Rest. So now they should be, yeah, they're healed. Okay. Songo is a mound of wreckage with on the horizon when you see a dozen junk sailing towards you. I don't think it's a mound of wreckage on the horizon. They're right fucking there. Even at this distance, you can tell they're making good speed. One of the ships pulls up alongside yours, and a well-dressed Amawa man approaches the edge of the deck. You recognize Atsura, the Grand Secretary of the Royal Deadfire Company. Timely of you to show up, boss. I was just scribbling down my daily report. Maya folds her arms and nods across the gap. I'm afraid we'll have to wait until I return to the Brass Citadel. He nods at Maya. It's good to see you again. I see you continue to leave your mark. He's gazing toward Asanga with a peculiar smile. The Adger beacon, visible even here, shines brightly. Nekataka is abuzz with praise for your deeds as well. Pleasure to see you again. You don't need to be mean. Let's be nice. I mean, like, what is this about? Well, obviously, it was their fort that got blown the fuck up, so it makes sense they would come. Your manners do you much credit. I want to extend the thanks to the Royal Deadfire Company for what you've done here. He raises one hand towards the Adder beacon. Oh, I hope this makes Maya like me more. You've restored a valuable asset, whether or not that was your intention. He gives you a quick, sly smile. The others at the palace will want to hear of this, no doubt, and you may as well take credit while the deed is fresh. I need to reach the Ashen Maw in Magran's teeth. Well, I'll say nothing. Go to Serpent's Crown in Nekataka, and later come and see me at the Brass Citadel. We can discuss your progress with issues of mutual interest there. He nods. At any rate, I have much to attend to, and it seems you do as well. Clear skies, Captain. Atsura nods as his crew makes ready to sail once more. Okay. And then they all left. Whoops. That's what I wanted. Desiwa the shark. I don't think I have a contract for her. Nope. Alright, just checking. These fucking sea shanties. So they think we should go back to Nekataka. Which I think is fine. Did they actually give us a quest? They did not give us a quest. But what just happened? Did I sail in another storm?
You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field, with the day just falling into dusk.
I don't think I sailed in another storm.
The grass still holds the warmth of late afternoon sunlight, but a chill breeze blows at your back, raising goose flesh down your arms. The chirr and trill of nightjars rises with the wind. In the inky bruise of the sky, stars ignite by the ones and twos. The tolling of a single bell joins the chorus of birdsong.
That's not the tolling of a single bell. Or, I guess it is the tolling of a single bell. The background just has a bunch of bells. Okay, so bells are Barath, I think. Birdsong is obviously Hylia.
Then another.
Ah.
The sound surrounds you. Every stalk of grass bears a delicate silver bell on its end, bobbing in the wind. The chill breeze becomes a howling gale, and the tide of ringing bells sweeps you off your feet. It carries you like flotsam through the sea of grass.
I guess this makes sense. I had to talk with Aothis again, so now I gotta have another conference with the other gods about what I learned. They're like, what did he tell you? What did he say?
Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the pallid night shakes the earth at your feet.
Why is this the result of choices made in Pillars 1?
You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the god of death.
Let me try a door next time. I will say nothing. That's my general thing with the gods. So I wonder who these are each going to be. I mean, other gods, obviously, but...
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light.
The Child of Light? It's more like a Daddy Light.
Tell me what you have learned.
Should I tell them? That's actually... This is actually a question, because I don't know what... I don't trust Aothis, but I also don't trust the gods, and Aothis suggested that he is trying to do something important that the gods want to stop. But if they don't think they can intervene still... I guess we tell them. Or her. He makes for Magrin's teeth.
Intriguing.
The pallid night stares past you.
I don't have to read this.
While attend. Tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices.
Boy.
They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you.
So again, this. I wonder if this is related to... This is the general dialogue, but if you had pledged yourself to Barath or to Whale, that these would be different in these instances. Also, are these all... No, this is... So this is Whale dies. This is... guy, I can't remember his name, but he's the guy in the DLC is about. I don't remember, is this... I don't remember who this is. Is this Remember? Who's the god in the middle? I will worship that one, no problem. This is Whale. This is the god, the wild wilderness god. I can't remember his name. That the Orlan and Pillars 1 is a devotee of. I don't know who the fuck this is. This is Crafting God, whose name I can't remember, from the Pillars 1 DLC is about him. And this is Cold God, whose name starts with an R, I think. Rimgrand? Hi, Daimon.
In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of Kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
Great.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a
Oh, is
door.
this,
It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga. Each of them eyeless.
I wonder if this is Ocean God, who's normally not given a form. Andra. It's like I'm having really trouble remembering the gods' names right now.
They are Wal.
Wow, sorry. The god of secrets, revelations, illusions, cryptography, obfuscation, perception, dreams, and visions. Wal is, and of itself, a mystery with no constant form or gender. Its followers revel in the acts of creating and unraveling mysteries. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, in Pillars 1, you get stories about, like, worshippers of Wal, and they're basically like parodies of Buddhist stories where it's like, you know, they contemplate on something and then it doesn't actually come to anything and they get upset and it's like, oh, well, you should have known that the point was to never figure anything out. Like, that's just literally, well, the god of being kooky, yeah.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own titter.
I continue with my policy of saying nothing. Excuse me. Ugh.
We see between the strings of the world, and Aothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step. Galawain, the changeling, arrives.
That's what his name is.
And he brings with him the wild heart of Aora's untamed places.
Yeah, so we're getting a different set of gods than who we talked to before. We talked to the queen that was, we talked to Hylia, we talked to... Where else did we talk to? We talked to other gods before, I think. Skane, god of death. Well, Barath is god of death. Skane is like god of a different kind. Of like murder, kind of, but not really. Or he's more than that.
Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Well, you know, when you look like this, I understand why you are generally depicted as formless.
Aothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
Say nothing.
If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Aethys does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest.
Well, that is true. I think you're correct, Andra. He does return to execute some grand plan.
The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks, and form the vague figure of a man.
That's not what this art shows, but that is a cool description.
Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man made half of metal and half of ruined skin stands before you.
Well, that's more accurate.
The rounded metal of a well-worn shield makes up most of his skull, his right eye socket, and jaw. His mouth is pulled forever into a half-grimace.
If Aethys has something foolish planned, perhaps we can turn him from that path and set him down a more productive one.
A more productive one, see, because he's the god of production, crafting.
Abaddon's words crash and screech together, like long steel gears forced to movement for the first time in centuries.
He was dead for a while, Abaddon. So he knows something about this.
Abaddon speaks with a child's naivety.
Andra, you're the one who killed Abaddon the first time, so of course you're like, let's just kill Aethys. Anyway, say nothing, of course.
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine.
I don't think this is what Andra's voice was in the first game, but it's similar enough.
I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
Oh yeah, we did Mogren was there before. So Mogren, Wotica, Skane, and Hylia, I think were there before.
The water at your feet recedes.
Oh, hi Mogren.
Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash. Mogren returns.
I guess, I wonder if also this is not just, oh, if you pledge to them, they'd have a different entrance or something. Also, if you pledged to them and then didn't give it to them, like certain someone we know who pledged to every god in Pillars 1, they would all be pissed at you. That would make for a rather different tone for these conferences.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Aeora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks.
There's a harem route. There's a route in Pillars 1 where you have to pledge yourself to a god at the end of Pillars 1. You can pledge yourself to all of them, but you can only fulfill that promise to one. Because it's like, who are you going to give this thing to at the end of the game? So you can say you'll give it to all of them, but obviously you can only give it to one. So everyone else is then pissed off, presumably, in Pillars 2. I don't know how that affects things. Whenever Elvac gets to actually streaming this game, maybe we'll find out.
I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him.
I mean, you're the one who blew him up before, Mogren. You made the fucking Godhammer bomb. But also, he was in a human body rather than a giant fucking statue, so...
But I will bear down upon Aethys with all the heat and fury of the earth.
I'm saying Say nothing. Say nothing.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end. Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Mogren dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine.
Yeah, Rimgrad is like this god of like ending. So he's also kind of a god of death, even though Barath is the god of like... Barath's more like the god of like judgment and resurrection, or the reincarnation.
Only the pallid night stands impassive.
My end comes to all things in time.
That's a cool voice.
Should Aethys care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
Say nothing.
The Child of Light will not choose the hour of my death.
Mogren tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
Chaos will be sown by his mortal progeny of the god of murder.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Bareth's realm, and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
Ah, the ideal situation. The gods are gone, but I remain.
I've got it. I'm glad to see you in good health, my lady.
Oh, have I never talked to you on this playthrough? That doesn't make sense.
If Aethys has gone to Margaren's teeth, then I fear that is where we must also go, my lady. I advise proceeding with caution. Local law paints Margaren's teeth as a most treacherous place.
Thanks, Steward. I like the Steward. I wish she was more of a character. Facina lifts her brow and crosses her arms when you try to speak with her. Wow.
Yeah? Tell me what's on your mind?
What the hell was that, Chody? I don't know what this is referring to.
She started it.
Oh. Spitting mad. Chody literally spits at your feet.
All right. Might be that I did. But that featherhead deserved it.
Ah.
At least I know I got you in my corner.
Fuck. Fuck. Where's my balanced answer of non-committalness? But Pallegina is right.
Oh, you make me so... You make me want to wring the life out of someone, Watcher. And I think murder is a tad unbecoming of a priestess.
She turns to shout over her shoulder, sickle swishing in the air.
Even if she does deserve it.
Priestess snaps her angry glare back to your face. She pokes you in the chest with a back curve sickle. Poke. Glare. Poke.
And you. I got no words for you right now, Watcher.
I don't want to do any of these things. These are all mean. I don't really want to be mean to Chody. I just think she's kind of her religiosity is bad. Well, maybe you should have taken her side then. Look, she's wrong. Look. She was being a shitty person. Chody did start it. Pallegina didn't start anything. I'm just gonna walk away.
Yeah? Tell me what's on your mind?
Alright, there we go. How are you feeling? You suffered any recent nightmares?
Not a one. Thanks to you, I'm sleeping like a babe. No, better even.
Well, if you love Pallegina so much.
I never knew nothing.
Yeah, but Pallegina's not a priest.
So
I need my healing. And buff spells. Sounds like a heavy weight was lifted from your shoulders.
More like from my mind.
She nods.
No matter what comes to pass in the days and nights ahead, I won't forget who it was that brought me relief from the dreams and the crush of the souls I'd acquired.
Good. Don't forget that when you're super mad at me. Yeah, see? I want to see the scroll. Well, I can't see the scroll. She's at 1 though. That's good. Maya's at 1. Where is... Oh, this is the Deadfire Company. I only have 1 with the Deadfire Company. Okay. Kind of need to build that up. Because I haven't done quests for them, really. Who are you? Venezi? I guess these are mostly... Oh, hi, Idwin. Big Mouth! Hello, Big Mouth! Look at that big mouth. Isn't he awesome? Yeah. What a sweet dude. Hello, Idwin.
Captain.
Idwin looks up from her book, her carmine eyes tightening on you.
Or should I call you the Watcher of Cadnua? I confess that title. Something of a mouthful.
Well, you can call me Victoria.
How very informal of you. I think I would prefer something a bit more decorous. Captain it is, then.
Her chin raises slightly as she peers through her spectacles.
When you took me aboard, you neglected to mention that you were in pursuit of a rampaging deity.
I didn't realize that she had more dialogue. This is cool. So Idwin is interesting. I didn't realize this when I picked her up. Idwin is considered a sidekick by the game, which is basically a party member that doesn't have a full story. But Idwin was basically it was a backer goal to get her added as a full companion, and that backer goal was not met. But it was very she was popular as a thing after the game came out, and so the DLC, or one of the DLCs, added a bunch of dialogue for her. So she's almost like a companion now, I guess. There are some quests that are related to her, I think especially in the DLC, that you want to take her on. So she's cool. And she's a cool character, because she is a... God, I forget what the term is. She's undead, basically, like self-made. She's basically a self-made lich. She's not actually a lich, like she doesn't have a phylactery or anything. Yeah. I'm sorry, I should have told you what was going on.
I appreciate the apology, but it's unnecessary.
Also, she's very fashionable.
The Blue Colossus may be one of the defining events of the age.
It's green! Jesus, people.
I count myself fortunate to bear witness to your investigation.
I feel like this is deliberate on the part of the writers, that some people refer to it as blue and some people refer to it as green, even though it is clearly green.
Speaking of, let us return to it, yeah?
An Ordioma affirmative. Huh. I didn't realize there was like a German. She bows slightly at the waist in farewell. Cool.
Ado, Captain. Do you require my expertise?
What do you make of our journey?
I admit to excitement, curiosity. I cherish the opportunity to explore, to test my wits against ancient ruins and vicious wildlife.
Darwin says the most important theological debate of Pillars of Eternity: what color is the Colossus?
Most ships discourage such avocations.
Let's talk to Pallegina.
I would not have guessed I would find myself back with the Watcher of Cadnua. Much less at the Order of Akanta.
It's tearing the Church of Aethys to two factions. Her expression fluctuates between amusement and annoyance.
I know that you did not intend for misfortune to befall me. And I appreciate what you said in Queen's Birth.
What misfortune befell you?
Perhaps this time will go better for both of us.
Do you mean in Pillars 1? Because you got, I guess that's probably what it is in Pillars 1 that she got, because of her ending in Pillars 1 for me was she got kicked out of her Paladin order because she stood her moral high ground.
You only have to ask.
Whatever happened with you and Maneha? How are you and Maneha related? Whatever happened with you and Maneha? Okay, I'm really curious about what this even means. I don't remember them having a relationship. Not counting the followers of the Teal Apocrypha. Yeah, I guess it's like a turquoise color, I guess, is the reason why some people call it blue and some people call it green. But it seems really on the green side of turquoise to me. Pallegina slowly turns her head in your direction, eyebrows raised, inner eyelids nictating out and back. What? What? What are they together? What the fuck? I don't know anything about this. Where did this come from? You and Maya, you were together, weren't you?
Maneha was a good companion and a skilled warrior. But her imagination got the better of her. It appears to have gotten the better of you as well.
She runs her fingers along a wayward feather, pointing in an odd direction from her wrist, pressing it flush against her skin. Oh, so Maneha had a thing for you, but you didn't. Reciprocate. Okay. Well, that's fine. Can you tell me about what happened after we defeated Theos?
After we parted ways, I returned to the Republics and reported to the Duke's bells. I failed to complete my mission and had no excuses. The Republics had lost a golden opportunity to trade with the Glanfathens, and the Dukes were furious. They exiled me from the Brotherhood, scoured the suns from my breastplate, put me on a ship to raid Ceres. Diverus, I was lucky to escape with my life.
Yeah, but you had your principles.
I worked as a guard. Caravans, ships, wealthy merchants. I did not discriminate. After my exile, both my purpose and my pride were gone.
Is that from the wiki, Daimon? I just don't remember that. I guess I never had them in a party together, probably.
The years have taken me from the Eastern Reach to the Deadfire. Some would say it is fate that has brought us together again, Watcher. But you must already know what I think.
Mm-hmm. No such thing as fate.
It is just luck.
No, she's a DLC character, Maneha. She shows up in this game and she has no dialogue, or she has like one line when you click on her. Like you can't actually go into conversation with her, which is weird. What's your opinion on what's happening with Aelithis? I don't know that I've talked to all these people.
Even if he has taken a special interest in you, I doubt he's
Yeah,
any
I mean
less
she's a
mad
DLC
than I
character,
predicted.
so it's
And I doubt Bareth and the
I don't
other
know.
gods would
It was
consider
kind
your
of
debt
sad,
claim
but
fulfilled. Merla, all of it. But this is just the same as before, no? The gods are playing their games and leaving us to settle the wager.
I know I'm pretty sure that like a lot of the companions, or not a lot of them, but some of the companions don't appear in this game at all from 1. Like, I'm pretty sure Grieving Mother is not in this game. I mean, maybe she is later, but I would be very surprised. This is just the same as before. The gods are playing their games. Yep.
We need to find a way to turn the tables on them.
Yeah.
Diverus.
That's right, Pallegina. We do. Pallegina knows what's up.
What are we standing around for?
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it.
Loth is twisting the edge of his sash between his hands, powerful frown on his face.
The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo.
Diamond said, I'd rather my favorite character didn't show up at all rather than hung around at a bar only ever saying one line. Yeah, that's true. I think that's, yeah. It's, because I guess, like, probably the DLC companion, there's 3 of them, I think, for the DLC, right? Maneha, the monk, whose name starts with the Z, and the robot, whose name I also don't remember. The robot is dead, I think, from her ending. The monk I didn't give a shit about. Maneha I liked, but yeah. Yes,
but
they
others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers.
He watches you uncertainly, his brow furrowed. I have to report truthfully.
You make it sound so simple.
He spreads his hands in exasperation. Well, Pallegina likes it, though.
Don't you worry what will come next? What events you might move forward?
I do, but I mean, Aloth, we had this discussion in Pillars 1. You know, this was your thing, right? We decided honesty was the best policy. You didn't become the new Grandmaster of the Leaden Key. What's this really about, Aloth? He sighs through his nose, his lips pressed together.
It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding.
He rubs the back of his neck.
I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge.
Mm-hmm.
As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various Animancy operations in the region.
What for?
Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail.
Spark of pleasure gleams in his eye. And then?
That's where it gets complicated.
He purses his lips.
After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition.
Go on.
It's existed for over 2,000 years.
A lot?
Motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure.
He clasps his hand behind his back and begins pacing.
That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works.
Adair nods in agreement, because he thinks this is anti-Leaden Key.
I found references to
listen.
an ancient Leaden Key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. And they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia.
He watches you eagerly, waiting for that to sink in. Huh. Without intervention from Theos. Well, that's interesting. Very well. How do we find them?
There's the challenge.
Stop spacing.
Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks. But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name.
Is this the name of the quest? I've seen Painted Masks before.
I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together.
He folds his hands, looking hopeful and a little sheepish. Oh, don't worry, Loth. I promise we'll find them, one way or the other.
I believe you.
He smiles, but worry crinkles the corners of his eyes.
Anyway, it's late.
Yeah, the quest is called the
that's
Painted
enough
Masks.
for me.
Well, I'm glad that we got that.
You look like you have something on your mind.
Alright. We can ask him about all factions. Hey there.
What's on your mind?
Talk to me about, Bairn.
Wasn't what I expected, I know that much. I had this idea that maybe I'd get along with him. Either because he was like his mom, or because he was like,
his dad?
But it was like somebody talked him out of his personality.
Yes, he's a member of a cult.
And when he looked at you, you got the feeling he was looking at someone a long ways behind you.
Adair shakes his head.
It's not his fault. He's alone out here. And his mom was such a force. If she was so sure of herself, she'd have had that cult leader following her. Hard to replace something like that.
Alright. Speaking to Adair directly after Loth kind of gives the game away about the voice actor being the same dude.
You look like you have something on your mind.
What's on your mind?
What? I didn't know that. Why? What? They're the two first companions you get in the game. They're right next to each other in Pillars 1. Why would they do that? I had no idea. It never occurred to me that that was even... It's not like... It just never occurred to me that would be a possibility, right? Like, it's just not something that I ever thought about.
Join crew. Who worthless now, Arkamir?
Yeah, you tell Arkamir.
Damn me, the cops run dry.
Aw, Mother Sharp Rock.
I thought Aethys was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortals.
Takeu scrutinizes you with an unreadable expression.
What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods.
I assume that normally the devs made sure they don't speak directly after one another. There must be conversations where because of the way the parties work, that they can, but it might be you have to have only the two of them in a party. Aethys was more curious about me than I was about him. I don't know if that's true. But I guess, these are all kind of just dismissive. Like, I don't know.
And you knew things he did not. Ah.
Takeu bites his thumbnail.
For what does he listen to you, then? The gods I know are tight of lip and hard of hearing.
Well, I don't have any party assist right now. I don't pretend to understand the motivations of a god.
Ikera, it makes my head hurt whenever I try to figure out what Ngati wants from me. I could not imagine the inner workings of a god.
Trails off, looking away.
But then, I am not meant to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us toward light.
I felt that weight of authority before. I have no desire to feel it again. Is that... Yeah, better that they let us figure it out for ourselves. I guess. I'm trying to read these. So obviously not this one, but these are both kind of weird. Or this is kind of weird of like saying I don't want the weight of the gods' authority on me, or like I don't want to be in charge. I'm gonna say better that they let us figure it out for ourselves. As he weighs your words, Takei winces a little.
To be worshipped. To have others interpret your design.
Takei sighs, pulling back at his hair.
It is not fair, I say. For what should a god worry about such cares, when theirs is the hand on the tiller?
Takei spreads his palm and frowns. Are we still talking about Aethys? He pauses, blinking at you with a handful of hair pressed between his fingers.
Ikera, I did not wish to burden you. These days I am having to think harder than my pampered years.
Yeah, privilege. God, I don't like Takei.
You will forgive the handsome fish if he is as curious as the green god.
But he does know what color Aethys is, so he gets points for that. He rubs the back of his neck and chuckles.
At least Aethys has you to keep him in check. What happens when we catch up to him is something for future Takehu to worry about.
He smiles wanly. The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug for your attention, the pull centering from Takehu's soul. Surrender to the sensation.
Scratch under the wet clay of any artist, and you hatch a lifetime of fear and doubt.
Andra props her chin on her fist and studies Takehu with a sigh. Is this creepy fucking angler fish head, multiple boobs Andra again?
My boy doesn't fear the gods. He only fears what he'll compromise by living up to his potential. But isn't it easier to let sculptures represent you? Poor thing. Nothing he does could disappoint me. But that is a mother's prerogative.
She pulls away with a wet, slapping sound. You receive the mental impression of a wink. Jesus. The world restarts itself all around you. Takei wears an uncertain smile, tipping his head inquisitively. See? It happened again! I'm always drifting off like that. You guys don't get to get all weird about it. You're used to it. Hey, Seraphim.
If you be having a tick, Cap, I'll be thinking that, if I be dragging you into these depths, you deserve the full sounding.
This is about Romaru, I take it. I'm happy to listen. I forgot that, or I didn't realize I had so much dialogue to go through with these guys.
When I were a wee swabby, fresh to the sea, it were Romaru that showed me the ropes and rigging. More than that, he, kept his weather eye open for me.
He plucks at the fur on his elbow. Huh.
The sea be a right poxy ore on occasion, and life aboard the Sorcerer, that and more. Malnash, our ship hunter, she were all, wet and bothered for doing me harm, and Romaru. He protected me. Mentored me too, learned me letters and navigation, handed down the Principe traditions. In time, we became close as kin or closer. And the Sorcerer, my family.
How did he end up in trouble with the Principe?
Right, fantastic fucking question, Cap.
He scowls and plants a closed fist in an open palm.
Word out we're mutiny. But I'll be putting about as much stock in that as a dockside doxy for manners. Well, no, I don't normally be singing no praises of veracity, Cap. But in the matter of Romaru, I'll be hunting the truth.
Were you romantically involved? I mean, It sounded like he was a lot older, so hopefully not. He told me a lot about the two of you, but not much about him.
Fair. He be of old Valian stock. A good man and righteous. Not honest, of course, but honourable. Were our shipboard sawbones, more than half handy at it.
Oh, he's a sergeant. He smiles and rubs his upper right arm.
More than one swabby behind the old salter to furrow from the wheel.
Why did this Malnage want to hurt you?
Well, only knows, Cap. She treated me like my mere presence gave offence.
Were you romantically involved? I don't think Seraphim would be offended.
Why, Cap? You be feeling a bit of the old envy?
He grins, bumping his eyebrows twice in quick succession.
Nay, we never shared a bunk. Not that I'd have kicked him out of a hammock, but, like I said, we be family. He never took advantage.
That's good. I promise we'll find him.
Thanks, Cap. I'll be holding you to it.
He bows.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
Flirt! Seraphim salutes and then turns away.
Your orders, Captain?
Hello, Shiza. Who's a good bird? Shiza takes a tentative hop closer and cocks his head up at you.
Ishi, where are your manners? Think the nice captain.
Maya folds her arms and waits as Shizi resumes his inspection of the floor. Oh. Alright, I gotta get Maya to like me enough to get her quest. Can I... How do I sail? Oh, this is how I sail. Yeah, we just stopped in the middle of nowhere. Alright, let's... A colorful parrot alights on the railing of your ship. A missive bound to its leg bears the sigil of the Kahanga tribe. Alright, let's read it. Queen Onakaza's missive. Captain, it'd be my honor to host the savior of Asongo at the Kahanga Palace. Nekataka is a city for Juana and outsiders alike, and there's no shortage of work for kids who are determined to be as useful as you. Should you have the stamina for a good climb, the palace top Serpent's Crown could be your second home. Think on it. Okay. Almost the whole quarter of the map explored. Yep. It's about a quarter. We're a little ways above this quarter. We haven't gotten quite over to this quarter, so it's probably about a quarter. Yeah, so everyone wants us to go to, Nagataka, have another conference with everyone, which is fine. We need to go to the Serpent's Crown first. Let's go to the palace. There's some other stuff we need to do in the city while we're here as well. Sorry, Queen, we only respond to the letters that end in P.S. This is not a trap. How did that go, by the way? It wasn't a trap. We made her candies. We paid her like 300 coppers as like penance for killing that guy, and that was apparently fine. And then she gave us something like 2,000 coppers for a mission or something. She really didn't seem... She seemed upset, but then she let it go for a very small amount of money. She asked us... Oh, that's right. We'll go do that quest at some point. So the leader of the pirates, who's like the guy who also is the leader... There's like two factions of the pirates. And there's the current leader of the pirates, who's the leader of like the old guard faction. He asked us to secretly go help slavers, which is against the pirate code. So we told her, she asked us to spy. She's the leader of the other faction. She's the second in command, or like the second chair. And she asked us to spy on him for us, which we did not really respond to. We were non-committal. But we did tell her about the slavers, and she was like, "Oh, well, I've got a guy there you can go talk to, and they'll help you fuck up the slavers." And I was like, "Okay, That I will do. That I'm willing to help out with. So we are tentatively working with her. Oh, is she up on the roof? Oops, I meant to click
Do
on
not
you.
leave me in suspense, I say. Have you found Matario Cozy?
No, I have not. I guess I need to go upstairs to the rooftop. I didn't know if she'd be in the throne room or up on the roof again. Yeah, of course. As soon as we got the quest to like where he's like, help out with these slaver, and I was like, I don't think I'm doing that, buddy.
You must gather your party.
You must gather your party before venturing forth. I don't know that I've heard that in this game yet. I didn't realize it was in the narrator's voice, even though that makes sense. She sounds so, like, sympathetically sad when she says it. I'm sorry, but you must gather your party before venturing forth. Hey, Onokaza.
You return intact. Nagati is not always kind to those who travel upon her domain.
Onokaza touches her brow, and nods. I also don't know what this quest actually was, but I guess that was just the quest we got from the letter, maybe?
A messenger from the jaws of Tangaloa speaks with the voice of wisdom and change, I say.
She raises her brows at you.
It is fitting that yours should be the voice that tells of Hasongo's fate. What did you see there?
Some Naga occupied the colony after Aothas drained the Adra. I let them live, and, well, I convinced them to leave.
The snakes are on edge. Where comes this new boldness?
Onokaza thumbs her chin and narrows her eyes. Maybe I had a quest from her to specifically go to Hasongo. I didn't remember.
Far be it for me to complain if they make trouble for outsiders.
Why can I hear her thoughts? There's a weariness to her thoughts that she doesn't bother to hide.
What of Aothas? If you know why he terrorizes the Deadfire, speak on.
He makes for Magrin's teeth, but I believe that's only a waypoint. Tapping her chin, Onakaza nods and weighs the matter. At length, her even expression spreads into a pleased and knowing smile.
If Aothas makes for Magrin's teeth, I say the Rathun will grind him to dust for the praise of their warrior matron.
Her brow rises with interest.
Even if they fail, it will be an enemy cleared from my plate. This is the gratitude of Nagati, I say.
Ngati. Rathun? I don't know who the Rathun are.
The fiery children of Magrin, devoted to their mother with a fanatic zeal. Bothersome, but the least of my troubles now.
Fire cultists. Okay.
From Port Mage to Hasongo to Magrin's teeth, Aothas follows a rich vein of Adra. It takes him northeast to more interesting territory. In the deepest memory of the tribes, we have told stories of Magrin's teeth. Embellished sailors' fables, Akira, but not without some truth. My people speak of treacherous seas, lakes of fire, and the ancient warriors hammered to life on Magrin's anvil.
Not cultists. Onakaza props her chin on her fist and looks you up and down.
Ashen Maw is the grandest and most accessible of the peaks. It is the sharpest tooth in Magrin's jaw. Prepare yourself for a fight.
Chance of support ships to accompany. I don't think that would help. Say nothing.
If you make preparations in Nekataka, I say we can help each other.
She sits up straighter and regards you with a level expression.
I must keep the city's peace, and I have only so many arms and eyes. While the Deadfire screams, I would see Nekataka outlast the storm to come.
What do you need from me? Yeah, I will help the Juana.
What I need is a lasting peace that will outlive my dynasty. But I will accept peace of mind for now.
Like, of the factions available, we have pirates, who are not, other than being anti-slavery, they're pretty shitty. Like, they're not in any kind of idealistic pirates, they're just shitty pirates. We have the Royal Deadfire Company, who are basically like the East India Company or something. They're an imperialist colonizing force. You got the Valian Republics, or the Valian Trading Company, who are a different kind of, you know, like a less openly imperialistic colonizing force. And we have the actual native government, and she is not. There's tension within the government as to, because she's technically not the queen of the Juana, she's the queen of Nekataka, and the other Juana tribes recognize her authority as the most powerful of the tribes, but not as the actual, like, overlord of them. So there's that tension. But definitely, compared to everyone else, she's the most, you know, she is at least from here.
What do you know of my water shapers, Herald of Bereth?
Onakaza leans forward and rests her chin on her fist. Yeah, I mean, I know they gave Rawatai, so they, obviously, for Takehu is one, and they're artists. They shape water, but I also know that we know they were used as soldiers or war mages. So I know they gave Rawatai no end of trouble in their early advance.
Akira, if you recall history, then you know why I am protective over the guild. My water shapers are the levy holding back Rawatai's advance. An adept standing at the prow of a war canoe is enough to send the fleet scrambling for the shallows.
She eases back, languid and satisfied.
Don't get too cozy, Highness. That false sense of security will get you into trouble.
On the other hand, I want to be friends with Maya. So...
Akira, I would not want your employers to think me easy prey.
Onakaza purses her lips at Maya.
This reminds me. I owe the Hazanui a basket of koiki in remembrance of the Battle of Nekaro Atoll.
Rawatai encroached upon the Juana lands and made an enemy of the Wahaki tribe. Bloody conflict came to a head in Nekaro Atoll. Rawatai's warships decimated the tribal force. In the aftermath, the Juana crown dispatched water shapers to sink Rawatai's most prized vessel, the Tenants of Iron, as a reprisal and demonstration of power. She snaps her fingers and nods to an attendant who scurries off. I will say nothing.
While the problems of Aethys and overindulgent admirals plague these waters, I have summoned the masters of water shaping to Nekataka.
Pit your strongest water wizards against their weight in iron and black powder, Highness. We can end this quickly.
Maya, I don't think you should be speaking to a monarch of a foreign power.
Akira, and how long will this contest last in open water?
Onakaza tuts at Maya before shifting her focus back to you.
Now would be the time to confer with Guildmaster Myru, but she does not answer my summons.
She looks out on her city. Her hand squeezes down on the armrest. Do you think something's wrong?
It is too early to grow a forest from this coconut, but I would not dispatch you if I felt at ease. The guild can suffer no setbacks. If Myru shirks her duties, her queen would know the reason.
She stares off into the distance and sighs, her gaze unfixed.
Nagati, do not abandon us now.
Onakaza turns her gaze back to you and flinches. This was not a thought she intended to share. Oh yeah, she's a cipher. That's why. Ooh. Everybody leveled up. Please tell me Maya likes me? She kind of does. Okay, she wants to talk to me, so... Let's level everyone up. So, metaphysics and history. Let's get some history. Or, let's see here. What's our total here? 5, 7, 8, and 8. Alright, we can get another metaphysics then. History is probably more important than metaphysics. Arcana, yep. Abilities. These are all shit, as I recall. Of course Maya likes you. Not many people would have taken her to see the queen to throw insults at each other. He doesn't really have summons either. Oh. Farcasting, maybe? Just 20% range of spells. Spell shaping? Spell shaping might actually be good for him. How many AoEs does he actually cast, though? Not that many, aside from, like, Fireball? I guess that one. Oh, that's true. He summons that. And we're gonna get more of those. Okay, maybe we do actually want faster summons. Because we do use that a lot, that's true. I forgot that that's like a really good spell. Sure. I don't know, I don't care. Your weapon proficiencies are irrelevant. Adair. Level up my last. Adair is Intimidate and Bluff. Let's do this. This is not actually that bad. Spell resistance, though. Or like that. Let's just get spell resistance. He's our tank anyway. Um, that's a club. Yeah, there's no reason for him to ever use anything other than a spear and a medium shield, to be honest. Maya. Stealth. She is streetwise. And survival. Oh yeah, she's, I forgot that she's cross-classed. And has very little that I need. It's just an interrupt attack, which is not particularly exciting. I guess you can get this. It's just an attack, just has bonus penetration, which is really not very exciting. I guess this is free sneak attacks. Guess we can get that. Guess that's fine. It's just a bonus attack that does more damage. Bonus weapons. Yeah, I mean, there's not really any reason for her to use a weapon that isn't her arquebus, but... Alright, let's talk to people. Let's talk to Aloth first.
You look like you have something on your mind.
Well, you wanted to... He tilts his head, listening patiently. It said you wanted to talk to me. Like your thoughts on my search for Aothis.
I didn't witness the destruction of Cadnua, but if it was anything like what happened at Hasongo, then it's a wonder you survived.
He looks at you, shaking his head.
Is Aothis unconcerned at the destruction he causes? Or merely unaware of it?
He frowns. No, he's aware.
Either way, the implications are distressing.
It's cross-class with Weil. How much is missing out on those higher levels hurt? I don't know. I think the answer from what I've read is yes. It is worthwhile. I don't really know though. I've done cross classes with a few characters just to kind of try it out. I think it makes sense with Maya because you can get sneak attack. You basically, you get the passive sneak attack bonus on all of her attacks, and then she also has her ranger abilities, so she can generally have special ranged attacks. Doesn't have to, because a lot of the rogue abilities are like, some of them are only melee, and then some of them allow for ranged, and it's kind of hard to be a pure ranged rogue, I think. But with ranger, that's totally fine. And I can ignore all the pet stuff on ranger because I don't give a shit about it. Did you ever make it back to Adair?
As a matter of fact, I did.
He brightens.
I saw my mother for the first time in years.
There's a lightness in his eyes and in his posture that you've never seen before when speaking of his family. How was your mother?
She was well. She'd been living with her Thane for quite some time. I don't think she'd been to see my father since I left.
He fidgets with the hem of his garment, looking distractedly at something on the ground. Can you
to
sneak
blame her
attack
for
with
her
the
long
bird?
absences, for not intervening directly with my father.
I assume you cannot sneak attack with the bird. I assume only Maya can sneak attack, but I literally never send the bird to attack anything. The same thing I did with the fox in Pillars 1. It just hangs out in the back as moral support. Because it's just too fragile. And actually, I mean, I haven't even tried it with the bird, but I assume the bird is fragile, just like the fox was. And, you know, the ranger gets a penalty if it dies in combat, so or goes unconscious, whatever. What changed with your mother?
I realized that she was torn between two demanding roles, and two demanding men.
He looks back at you, up at you.
I used to resent her for failing to protect me. But I understand now that her absence is what allowed me to grow. Intentionally or not, she gave me the space I needed to learn a degree of independence.
Well, I'm happy for you, I guess.
Thank you. It felt good to resolve that much.
Did you see your father? I'm not going to ask him about his father. Like, if he wanted to tell me that he saw his father, I think he would tell me. Sounds like it was a good trip then.
It was.
Oh, that's good. How are you holding up?
It's strange to imagine an ancient Leaden Key sect could have been working quietly all these years. But we've seen stranger things, haven't we?
I'm trying to remember. Of the actual core party members, I think the only other one that I have that's cross-classed or multi-classed is Palagina, is Paladin and Fighter. And that's so she can be a better tank. Because the Paladin is not really a great tank out of the box because it's, you know, kind of a hybrid tank, healer, buffer thing. So I can take all the tank stuff out of Paladin and the tank stuff out of Fighter, and she works better, I think. Well, for what I want her to do, which is to be the tank, and replace Adair when it fits for her to be in the party instead of Adair. Hello, Maya.
Speak your mind, Captain.
Maya grins and waves you on. Well, why is she not... Okay. It said she wanted to talk. Tell me about your family?
Well, my parents came from the Deadfire. I'm getting a taste of my roots.
Maya exhales and glances away.
After they immigrated to Rauatai, their talents caught the Ranganui's eye. He saw them as this spectacle, this achievement of the old country, I guess.
Oh.
So they were honored guests. Not many Huana rose to distinction in Takoa. We were also curiosities.
Interesting. I did not know this about Maya. So she's a firstborn, yeah, child of immigrants. So that adds a color to her patriotism.
Even as we broke the same bread and tossed back the same wine, the Ranganui's friends always checked under the table to see if I had a tail. Kana thought it was hilarious.
I forgot she was related to Kana. Island Imawa aren't that different from coastal Imawa.
You're telling me. Growing up in the Ranganui's shadow wasn't all bad. We had tutors and advisors at our disposal, and lots of folk from stranger parts than these. I spent my days learning to shoot, while my more academic siblings learned to express themselves. I leave you to judge who spent their time better.
How did you and Ashiza first get acquainted?
I won a shooting competition at the Ranganui's estate. This was a few years before enlisting with the Navy. As a reward, he gave me the freedom of the Royal Eyrie and said I could take my pick of the warbirds.
Oh, Maya kneels and strokes under Ashiza's beak.
Stink Feathers here kicked a rather pretty hawk off my arm so he could have me all to himself. Been inseparable ever since.
Why did they say they wanted to talk to me? That's weird. Well, that just takes us to the balcony, which doesn't help.
My brothers and sisters have set sail for Neketaka.
I thought the tribes needed them to calm the weather.
A greater storm surrounds this place. We must answer the call of the Kahanga. If the outsiders do not trample us first, the Green God will surely do it for them.
Do not speak this way, my love.
Oh, okay, these are just those people. Who's Barati?
The belly of the great eel roars.
Oh, he's a bounty guy. Okay. That's fine. So I guess we need to go to Serpent's Crown. We need to go to the Temple District. Whatever it's called. Or not Serpent's Crown. We're in Serpent's Crown. We need to go to Brass Citadel and the Temple District. I don't think we need to talk to the Valians. Green God, that guy knows what's up. Yeah, just keep a tally of who knows the correct